Hi, Sergey.
Hi.
This is my friend Sergey. I want to introduce you to him. He's our brother in Christ, and he's been a part of Calvary Latvia since January 2009. Actually, before that, I think we met. Right? So I want to share his story with you, and about his ministry to orphans that we've been a part of. And so, Sergey, could you tell us a little bit about your testimony, how you became a Christian?
Yes, of course. I was born in a family that not believe in Jesus, and my father officer, my wife my mother is a teacher of physical education, and then I come to Latvia, and I start after my service in Soviet Army, beginning to searching some happiness and fulfillment of my life in some physical education programs, and I live 5 years on a program Paul Break. I not eat meat, salt, I not eat many products and live like healthy life, and I want to live 120 years without sickness, and it was my goal, and I was really excited and try to preach this idea to everybody and be sample of this. But then step by step I start searching some spiritual value, and then I found that Bible, it is not just book, but it's something more. That's word. But I try to read 3 times and don't understand it, and I give up. But I still want to found the way. And then I get some poster, missionary poster on the street, and it was easy written like, okay, you can pray to Jesus, come in your heart, and then you live forever. And I was so excited about it, because I don't need to have a special program, not running every morning, 1 hour, not put cold water on myself every 2 times a day, like icy water, what I practice like many years. And then I start to read the Bible, and I start to understand. And the missionary was in Latvia, they helped me to grow in my spirit. And then I was in this spiritual world that I open every day from 33 years old. I have 3 kids, and I learned them how to live by God's leading with all my strengths, and it's my way.
Good. And can you tell our listeners how you came to Calvary Chapel? How did we meet?
It's a miracle, because I was in a missionary organization and deep involved in this theory, but my friends leave this organization. They was members and then left it, and then they showed me that it's false organization. There's a sect, and they have lots of good things, but they have a lot of bad spiritual minus. And then I ran away right away, and my friends in Sweden, they found Calvary Chapel through internet. And they tell me, wow, it's a very great church, and you can listen this Chuck Smith videos and some lecture. And I get it by MP3 player, and we listen, and I like it so much. And then we found in Latvia Calvary Chapel, and I'm going regularly to Sweden to my humanitarian actions, and we found Brenton in Latvia, and I become members and try to come every time to the church.
The way I met Sergey, I got an email from Pastor Joel in Calvary Chapel, Sweden, in Stockholm, and I'd met him at the conference, the Northern European Conference, the Scandinavian Conference, and he wrote me an email and said, there's someone living in Latvia that is looking for a Calvary Chapel. Can I give him your email? And I said, well, definitely. I want to meet him. And so he gave me Sergey's email, and we met, went out to lunch, and he told me his story. And it's also really interesting how he has a ministry to orphans. I know some of you may be real interested in that. In Latvia, do you know how many orphans there are in Latvia? How many orphanages?
I don't know statistic because it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But actually, what we helped practically is like Baldane. There was 60 kids, and then they left like 10 only because they sent other orphanages.
Yeah.
But then we intra-camp help there was 62, 60 like approximately. But then they again less and less because they have some difficulties with governments.
So there's orphanages in just about every city in Latvia.
Yeah, every city and a few of them sometimes. And Jelgava we have one it's like 60, Elia like 20 orphanages, but they very good care about kids. So it's what I practically know.
So there's so many orphanages in Latvia. Some of them are poor, some of them have better resources. But what is it that you do for the orphans? How do you help them?
I became like volunteer workers with the Helping Hands humanitarian organization in Sweden, and we are all believers, and our basic communication is Jesus. We read together, pray together, and we really believe in God's plan for any person. And I help them by free, come to Sweden regularly, like every 2 months, 1 month, and prepare good for orphanages in the storage. I help them cleaning storage, packing, make order, and whatever they prepare for Latvia, I just wrapped with the plastic for preparing to send in.
So there's people in Sweden that are primarily giving things like shoes,
clothes, some equipment.
equipment.
Some companies give new clothes, and some people, workers from companies, sometimes they make presents. They like to help Latvian, and we do it regularly.
So there's a warehouse for storage in Sweden. You are taking care of that warehouse as well as bringing things. How do you get everything from Sweden to Latvia?
We found a sponsors company who bring by free shipments, like 3-4 pallets each time. What we prepare in Sweden, my friends send it by free, and they bring here in the storage by free.
Okay.
And then I get almost miraculous car, and I use my car and special trailer, took these pallets and then divide it for orphanages because it's for a few of them, and then we drive there and give the goods, make picture for sponsors because they need to see how it's working, everything. And then we want to give a message about Jesus because it's all this what I believe important, not clothes, not shoes, but the message, why they get it, and that God wants them to be saved and good life, because for them it's not easy without parents, only with the teachers, to find right way.
While Sergey started going to Calvary Chapel, we went through an inductive Bible study program. So I'm teaching him how to share the Bible, how to share the gospel, and he invited me to go along with him to these orphanages. So I've been to 3 different orphanages with him, and it's good teamwork. We bring